For 30 years, the continent of Aventuria has been the backdrop for the role-playing game The Dark Eye. During those years, a little more than 30 years have passed in Aventuria itself, and those lands, almost completely cut off from the rest of their world, look back on a long and eventful history. A journey across this continent takes us 3,000 Midden miles, from the vast icy wilderness of the north, through the woods of the Midden Realm, the blazing desert, misty rainforests, and finally to the treacherous seas that surround almost the whole of Aventuria. In the northeast, a land bridge connects the continent to the legendary Wastenland. Yet the mountain range blocking the passage is said to be unsurmountable. Today, the fate of Aventuria lies mainly in the hands of humans. The dwarfs, although they often aid the humans in battle, live withdrawn in their mines, and the elves have been driven back into their forests and remote lands. Human kingdoms claim most of the realm. The Walians of the north raid in their dragon boats wielding great battle axes. The Horasian Empire to the south claims to be more civilized, but their crossbows and steel bring the same death and destruction to their foes. At the heart of the continent, the Midden Realm is ruled by the young Empress Rohaya of Gareth. She travels the hills and forests of her land with a moving court after her capital, Gareth, was razed in a terrible war against dark mages and demon worshippers. This war still rages in the east, and the reclamation of the lands from the foul things that still lurk there goes slowly. Still, the Midden Realm remains the greatest power of the continent. Its nobility, knights and armies are a bulwark against the Shadowlands and will carry the belief in the gods back to those places with righteous hearts and sword in hand. Several small city-states and settlements are located to the north of the Midden Realm. Many of them suffered greatly from the hordes of the Orklands in the past. Other ones look for trouble on their own, such as Nostria and Undergast, traditional enemies for centuries who take to the field anytime an opportunity presents itself. The Horasian Empire, located in the warm but still temperate south, sees itself as the most advanced civilization on the continent. Its artisans and scholars are among the best Aventuria has to offer, and weapons like the bolt-throwing balestrina are the envy of foreign armies. The rich upper caste is always searching for the newest fad, and at the same time revels in the memories of antiquity when the settlers from the Gildenland to the west crossed the sea and founded their first colonies on the shores of Horasia. There are even older human cultures still in existence, displaced by the foreign settlers a long time ago. They are the Tulamids, the native human inhabitants of the continent. These proud and short-tempered people still hold fast to their ancient traditions. Although many of them worship the same gods as the people of the Midden Realm, they tend to do so in mystical and archaic sects. Many of their great trading cities are located on the banks of the river Manadi, among them the port city of Kuntium, which has turned into a crucible of different cultures. Fazar, the oldest human city of the continent, and Rashdul, famous for its Academy of Magic, are the embodiment of Oriental fantasies. The rich cities of fertile Arania are ruled by women only, but in the desert of Kum, the Novadi worship a single male deity called Rastula and have isolated themselves from the other Tulamid tribes. The Isle of Maraskan lies to the east of the Tulamidian kingdoms. Its people are a wild mixture of settlers from all over Aventuria and have embraced a similarly wild religion. The island is infamous for the sects of demon worshippers still holding parts of it and its many poisonous creatures and plants. To the Maraskanians, the island is the most beautiful place in all of creation, despite its grim reputation. In Meridiana, the hot jungle belt of the continent, a sweltering summer reigns all year round. Lizardmen and other aboriginal people, the forestmen who also live on a chain of islands in the southern sea, lurk and hunt in the lush greenery. Meridiana is also the home of the Black Alliance, a covenant among rich cities that neither belong to the Tulamidian kingdoms nor to the states surrounding the Midden Realm. They have grown rich on the trade of slaves, intoxicating weeds and poisons, making them enemies of the more civilized north. Over the eons, the face of the continent has been changed again and again by gods and by magic. The bodies of legendary giants form mountain ranges in death or slumber, and whole swaths of land have been ripped out of the world, Countless peoples have settled on and ruled over Aventuria in the past. Cultures of insects or trolls rose and fell, and change once again looms on the horizon.